Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be two different club trainings from 2 weekends apart, and they're at different clubs because I have now switched clubs. But this one, so the first thing that we do is we take her potty, which Parker had already done now, and he is now beginning the obedience and the focus drills that we do. So you're going to see him run through all of her obedience. So that would be sits, plots, stewie, which means stand, her recall, which is here, and foos. So all of those things, you're going to see him run through them. And when he marks and rewards it, he will reward her out of position most of the time. So you'll probably see her do a little spin out of position, just because rewarding her out of position can induce more excitement when they have to chase their reward. So we really like that excitement that reward style brings. So he rewarded her in place for that. Very good. Marked and rewarded her for looking at him again. And we're limiting how much she can sniff the ground because she's got some habits of just wanting to find food off of the ground, and we haven't released her yet, so she will break obedience to start doing it, which obviously is not going to be what we need her to do when we trial. We need her to focus, we need her to stay engaged with us no matter what's on the ground. And you'll probably notice that Zula is a little thin, and we know that. It's been hard to keep weight on her with how active she is and how much she's constantly growing, so we are aware of that and we are taking care of that. Okay, so now he's working on a little more recall. Very nice call to front. Reward her as soon as she does. Very good. And he's rewarding her behind him. So that reward placement in terms of the recall is going to help your dog push further into the recall and sit closer to you. That's why he rewards behind his leg. All right, we're doing a little bit of foos, little heel. See that rear end awareness? She pivots her rear end around. And again, she tried to look for a little dropped crumb, and we limited that option.
That's a release word.
There, he marked the engagement again, moved her into a different position. Very good. And then he released and rewarded her. So he did a little spinny out, and then he rewarded her. Gonna let her out, get distracted again, and do one more recall. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm working her over the jumps and the A-frames, just getting her familiar with them. This is like her first time doing this here. She's gone over the A-frame at our work, but she hasn't done any of this stuff. So I am just, she likes to do it herself. You can tell she's a natural at this. She very much likes to jump, and she likes to run over stuff and has no fear. So anyways, I'm running with her, and I'm luring her and rewarding her. And I'm going to do the same thing over the A-frame, which they had flattened out for the puppies to walk on. So it does go very, very high, and eventually they will need to go over it on command to retrieve a dumbbell. But you just start with really baby steps. I just have to get her comfortable running over it. And I'm trying to show her that running over this A-frame is so fun. Like, I give her lots of food, I make it very exciting, and then she learns, hey, I really like this. So that's what I'm doing at this stage with her. I'm just imprinting that this is a really awesome place to be on this A-frame. Now we're doing a little sit, a little stand, a little plots. Very nice. And I will toss the food over it as well so she can run across it. And guys, I was super proud of her because this was like her first time ever doing this. And she absolutely killed it. Okay, we are fast forwarding a couple days. We are working on Zula's tracking here. Again, I did change her name from Raven to Zula, so that is new. It's the same dog. So Parker has laid the track, and he has put some footsteps in there and dropped hot dogs in the footsteps, and she is going to track them and gobble up the hot dogs, and I would like her to track pretty straight. She does have a tendency to really rush, So it's something that I still need to learn how to work on because I'm very, very new to tracking. This is all new for me. And she just wants to get started, and I'm just trying to get her set up. Okay, now we're going. So she's extremely intense. She almost lays down, and in the beginning I built a lot of forward drive in her tracking, which was a good thing because she was very passive, but now that she's becoming a lot more active in it, I think I need to start applying resistance just upwards on the leash so that pushes her down into the track instead of backwards. The backwards leash pressure pushes her forward. Good. So what I want her to do is stay pretty straight. I don't really want her turning a lot of circles when she's tracking and going off the track. There, she found a jackpot. I let her eat most of it, but I pull her off the track before she eats all of it. Very good. All right, and that's one tracking session that we did. Okay, fast forward again, another week. We are at a different club, and this is the one that we currently go to now, and I'm very happy with this club. So this is still in the Houston area. It's still about an hour from us, but yeah, we like this one much better. So we're working on protection, and we're starting Zula. I have her on a harness and a long line, and he's got a rag. And so what he's doing is he is agitating her with it, getting her excited. And when she's barking adequately, we will release her for the bite. And she is teething a bit, so we're not expecting her to have, amazing bites right now. If she lets it go, we'll kind of tug it from her. Just like that. If she doesn't bite it hard, she loses it.
Get it, Zula! Get it! Good girl! Good girl! That's a good girl.
Very good. He's just simulating some prey movement in her mouth, really getting her excited about biting it. He's doing those small tugs, so she really likes that. He hands it to me, and I do the same thing. Good. Let her regrip it.
Just little flakes to keep the...
Good girl. There you go. Good job. Good girl. Good girl.
So she's having fun. She possessed her toy. I'm playing with her toy with her.
Good job.
And we're encouraging her to keep a hold on it, or else she loses the toy. And now my lead trainer told me to get it out of her mouth and to restart.
That's what I would do. I wouldn't even say, I don't even call it anything. Just...
So I got it out of her mouth, I tossed it back to the decoy, and we're just going to restart the exercise. Getting her barking and getting her very reactive. And then I release her when she shows adequate barking. And then there's the chase to get it, so that really builds a lot of drive. And then when she finally gets it, it's very fun for her. It's very engaging to be biting it. And we say a lot of good things. We reward her. We tell her she's amazing and awesome. Let her regrip. Now Scott's kind of getting in there a bit with her. And this is the first person that she's worked with that wasn't Parker or I. With in terms of biting the sleeve or the little rags, Scott is the first person. And she is loving it. She's having a great time. She does try to kiss him there. She forgot her job. So we just restart. She loses the toy. And now Scott's going to go behind the blind and kind of play peekaboo with her, and that'll really get her excited. Because she can't actually quite see him or where the rag is.
Praise.
Good job.
Very good. He hands me the long line. And stupidly, I drop it. I forgot what we were doing there. There's a lot of communication that needs to go on between you and your helper. A lot.
There we go. And then Christina grab the line, take a victory lap, and off the field. If she's on the, there we go. Scott, drop it.
There, and then when she had a good mouthful, he let her possess it, he let it go, and you take them for a victory lap, and you make them feel really good about themselves for possessing the toy and getting it. So we say all sorts of nice things to her, we run with her, we let her hold on to it as long as she can, and then once she does drop it, then she loses the toy and we put her up.
I'd even be putting little pops on there as I was walking back, so grab the line, little pops, good job.
So I'm kind of tugging it with her, keeping it alive, making it extra fun.
Your hands, and then make her feel awesome like this.
And then I'm praising her, telling her she's a good girl.
Good girl.
And you can end it that way.
And look at that tail.
Feel like, oh, okay, good.
She is so excited.
Good girl. You're the best girl. You are. Good girl, Susu. Good girl.
She did awesome. Super proud of her. Okay, we're ending off with a little bit of obedience. I have added a command to her repertoire, so she is now learning to revere, which is to go around the cone and back, but that was a very sloppy rep because she was sniffing for food. So I gave her a little leash pop for doing that. Very good. Lift her head up again. Tell her to revere.
She'll get it, yeah.
She goes around, I mark it yes, and I reward it.
With the track.
So IGP dogs are going to run blinds, and so eventually this will be a blind, and there'll be, I believe, 6 of them, and in the last one the decoy will be in it. So it's very important that they learn how to do blind checks. And it just starts with a little cone and teaching them to run around it. Okay, that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was very educational and gave you some more insight into how we train these dogs. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and drop any suggestions below for anything you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.